Good evening and welcome to ASPN HD. Tonight, the championship for the Legacy 7-on-7 New England tournament here in 2019 between Mass Blue and Team Breakthrough. Hello again, friends. Along with Seth Orensky, I am John Scooters. Happy to have you with us here from Weymouth, Massachusetts at Union Point Sports Complex. It's been an outstanding day here in the 2019 Legacy 7-on-7 New England Championship Tournament, and it all comes down to a familiar matchup, a rematch of the winner's bracket final between Mass Blue and Team Breakthrough. We saw a great three-point affair in the opener. We expect much of the same.
Yeah, I think Team Breakthrough, the big emphasis for them is how do we get stops. That first game, they really struggled. They didn't get any points off of turnovers. They weren't able to get Team Mass Blue to give them the ball back on downs. So they're going to have to do a better job defensively. And then can you keep Donovan Carr from throwing the ball away? That's been his only issue. He's got a phenomenal arm. They can do that. I think they have a good chance to get the win in the rematch because that first game, they had a couple of mistakes and they still only lost 16-13. This is a team that's just earned a big win in the semifinals to get into this championship game, and they're kind of on a roll.
Meanwhile, offensively for Mass Blue, they have so many weapons for Barrett Pratt to utilize that really in game one we saw him really spread the ball around the field a lot. We'll see if the defense led by Cam Alvis for Breakthrough is going to have any chance to neutralize that O.
The only question I really have if I'm Team Mass Blue is, are we fresh enough? You've been sitting for a couple of hours. They did just go through a little bit of a practice where they were trying to get all the receivers' hands and legs ready, but it is a little bit difficult when you're just going kind of 50% to get back into it, especially against the team who just played, and that's going to be the question. They have so many different weapons. They have so much talent, two very talented quarterbacks, but can they get back into the game immediately? In a 25-minute game, you can't afford a slow 5 or 10 minutes.
Want to thank our sponsors for making tonight's event possible. Zenith. Zenith's mission is to help athletes pursue their game with confidence, designing helmets and protective gear for athletes' needs, wants, and the demands of the sport. Learn more about Zenith and the new Shadow helmet at zenith.com. That's Xenith.com. And by Adidas, who keeps things simple, lean, and fast. Everything Adidas does is rooted in sport. Adidas believes that through sport, they have the power to change lives. This core belief guides the way they run their company, how they work with their partners, how they create their products, and how they engage with their customers. Every day, they go to work to create and sell the best sports and fitness products in the world, and to offer the best service and consumer experience. And as athletes will not settle for average, neither does Adidas. Their clear mission is to be the best sports company in the world. And by Underdog Sports, who aims to provide you the latest breaking news and feature stories from around the world. Visit them at www.underdogsports.com. Well, Seth, it promises to be an outstanding affair between Mass Blue and Team Breakthrough. In game one, an interception was the difference in a three-point affair. We'll see if defense reigns supreme yet again. That's up next, right here on ASPN HD.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back to ASPN HD. Along with Seth Orensky, I'm John Scooters, getting set for the 2019 Legacy Football New England 7-on-7 Championship. A rematch of the winner's bracket final between Mass Blue and Team Breakthrough. As the first pass from Mass Blue's Barrett Pratt falls short of its intended target, second down.
Cameron Karoka, who made some nice catches in that first matchup between the two teams with the early drop. We saw this team Mass Blue going through pretty heavy practice getting ready, but they've had a long layoff, and that's an uncharacteristic mistake from a team that had very few mistakes the first time these two teams played.
Second down, they'll have two more to get to the 25-yard line. Pratt takes the snap, fires underneath, connecting with number 7, Emmanuel Teshoa, who had a touchdown in their first battle as Teshoa stopped short of the 25.
It's going to be interesting. Team Mass Blue did not turn the ball over the first time these two teams played. Can they avoid an early 3-and-out? This team breakthrough team, they got all the way back to within 16-13 late in that game, felt like they needed a few more minutes. This would be a big start for them.
4 receivers, including Big Cole Finney, number 17. Pratt looking to hit the first down, complete, and a first down, a big completion as he connects with Jamari Robinson, a member of Randolph High School and selected to play in Legacy's select travel team.
I love what Jamari Robinson did there with his body. The defender recognized where the ball was coming, but Robinson kind of boxed out. There was no contact, but used that big frame to make sure that he was the only guy who had a chance to catch the ball. That's a huge first down to start this game.
Big play from Robinson, who is a very talented, multi-dimensional target. Here's Pratt taking the snap. Pump fakes, looking deep, and now he's going to get coverage sack there. And that's a big play. It's going to be 2nd and long.
Cole Finney was down the field, but the best defender on this team, breakthrough team, Cam Alvis, despite giving up a lot of size, was there just enough to make Barrett Pratt think better of throwing that ball, and that's a huge sack. Already we've seen a better defensive effort, or at least more effectiveness out of team breakthrough here in the second meeting between these two sides.
Pratt ready for the snap. He's got the 4 receivers again, now 5 receivers split out. Pratt fires towards the first down marker, connects with Finney, who goes down. That's a first down, I believe, for Mass Blue.
No, they're going to say just short of the 10-yard line. This is a big play. I'm expecting a blitz and potentially the run coming at the same time. Got to get this first down. So they're going to keep it at 3rd down. I mean, this is 3rd and half a yard.
Very close call there.
It was a good throw, though, to Cole Finney. The issue was Finney was immediately met by the defender, and I think he thought he already had the first down. A lot of times, you just kind of have to stretch out, make sure you get the actual first down.
5 wide receivers now motioning back is
Ravulis
as there's a handoff and immediately stopped in the backfield as Pratt tried to take it himself, and a turnover on downs.
Matthew Licciardi, a great blitz, able to get to Pratt before he could get to the first down marker. You only get 2 blitzes, and that was a perfectly used blitz. You either use it to get the safety or you use it to deny a first down, and Licciardi got there in time.
And as you said, in the first meeting in this tournament between these two teams, a 3-point victory for Mass Blue. They didn't turn the ball over once. Breakthrough turned it over with an interception, which was the difference.
And Donovan Carr needs to avoid an interception in this game. He's got a phenomenal arm, but we saw him throw an interception in that first game and an interception in the team's last game, in which they beat Team Mass Black to get back into this finals and get a rematch with Team Mass Blue. Carr, a phenomenal athlete, but he's got to be a little bit better with his decision-making if his team's going to come out on top.
He hits Devin Russ on first down, close to the first down marker, about a yard or 2 short. So they'll have 2 plays with which to get to the 25. 4 receivers. The talented Connor Stone, number 7 on the far side in the slot. Stepping up and now running for the first down, and eventually being taken down just short of the 20-yard line is the quarterback Donovan Carr, and a first down for Team Breakthrough.
So Team Breakthrough has already used one of their 2 QB sneaks and one of their blitzes, but that's a really smart decision to make sure he got it and avoided what was very close to being a QB or a coverage sack.
So now first down. Ball short of the 20-yard line. Play fake, Carr rolling to his right as he's prone to do. Now he fires a little bit low, and unable to scoop that one was Cam Alvis, a junior from Cranston West High School. And so that, Seth, will bring up second down from about the 21-yard line. Want to thank our sponsors, as always, for helping put this production together. Zenith. Learn more about Zenith and the new Shadow helmet at zenith.com. And Adidas, proud sponsor of the 2019 Legacy football season. Carr out of the gun, fires this one deep. A wobbler, almost picked off and then almost caught in the end zone for a touchdown by Sanchez, but he's unable to corral it, and it's a big 3rd down.
Angel Sanchez is definitely Donovan Carr's favorite target. He had 2 touchdowns the first time these 2 teams met. He's a dynamic athlete, but that ball just behind him, tried to cradle it on that back shoulder, couldn't quite make the throw with 2 Team Mass Blue defenders in the vicinity.
So now 3rd down, they have to get to the 10-yard line with which to avoid a turnover on downs, much like Mass Blue had in their first possession. Taking the snap is Carr, steps up, fires deep down the left side, double team to Sanchez, he makes the catch! Touchdown! Team breakthrough! What a play from Angel Sanchez!
Unbelievable throw and an even better catch. Sanchez not only tiptoeing his way inside the line, but also able to hold off the defender who tried to rip it away. It was interesting on the opposite side. Shad Pinetier was wide open on the far side, but Donovan Carr only had eyes on one guy, his favorite receiver, and Sanchez made a huge catch to put his team ahead 6-0.
An incredible play into double coverage, and now it looks like they'll go for two and try to take an 8-0 advantage early as they try to avenge a loss earlier in this tournament. Carr out of the gun, takes the snap, looking towards the end zone, deflected and incomplete. He was trying to go to Sanchez again.
Yeah, just too much traffic there. One other note, if that ball had been intercepted, unlike a interception that happens during the regular course of play where you get 3 points, no points on an interception during a 2-point conversion. So that's a play where I don't mind Donovan Carr really trying to thread the needle.
Yeah, and just like in game one earlier on in this tournament, Breakthrough breaks through first. They had a 6-0 lead in that game. And we are just about 7 minutes into this game. And as it stands right now, it's 6-0 Rhode Island.
So this is going to be interesting for Team Mass Blue, whether they stick with Barrett or whether they go with the Umansky, who they have used in a lot of these games. Which quarterback do you use here on the second drive? And it looks like Umansky is going to get the drive.
Want to thank our sponsors again, Zenith. Learn more about Zenith and the new Shadow helmet at zenith.com. And Adidas, proud sponsor of the 2019 Legacy Football Tournament. So here is an opportunity now for Mass Blue to answer back. It will be Owen Umansky, the quarterback, fires to the far side, completes it with Derek Ravolis, who had a big game in the opener between these squads.
And I don't think it's anything that Barrett Pratt did on that first drive. It's just they have confidence in both of the quarterbacks. And that time, Umansky showing the same kind of vision as Barrett Pratt. They're going to throw underneath. They're just going to try to get first downs, steadily move down the field.
So it's second down coming up here for Mass Blue. Umansky takes the snap, fires over the middle. Great defensive play as closing quickly on that one to knock it away was Devin Russ.
Really nice play by Devin Russ, who has had quite a few of them today. It's interesting, John, we're actually seeing two of the more conservative offenses in this tournament. We've seen a lot of teams air it out and throw those 40, 50-yard touchdowns. These two teams more conservative, but sometimes that helps if you have a quarterback who's accurate and you have enough wide receivers who are able to create a little bit of space in coverage.
5 receivers now for Umansky. Big third down. He drops the snap. That's trouble, and that will turn it over. And just like that, just what the doctor ordered for Team Breakthrough.
Anytime there's a fumble, automatic stoppage of the play. It's fortunate for Umansky that they weren't a little bit further back. Otherwise, that would have also counted as a safety and 2 points. So back-to-back drives without even a first down, much less points. This is a huge potential turning point in this game. Can Team Mass Blue get a stop?
And Seth, Mass Blue had to sit around for a couple hours while Team Breakthrough was able to play a couple of games, so that may be an impact.
Just the one, but they came off a nice win over Mass Black because they got a bye into the semifinals. Team Breakthrough certainly looks like the sharper team. Now there's time to turn it around for Team Mass Blue. Still 15 minutes and 45 seconds, but not a good start for this Mass Blue side.
Carr out of the gun, takes the snap. He's immediately pressured in the backfield, and they get to him just outside of his own goal line. That was very close to being a safety.
I really like that call from the Mass Blue coaches, recognizing, okay, we need a spark. They used their first of the 2 QB blitzes, and a good job by Donovan Carr to get past that yellow line to avoid a safety, giving up the ball, giving up 2 points. Could have been a huge turning point, and both sides have to be happy with the execution there because Jamari Johnson came hard at the quarterback and nearly pulled it off.
So here we go for Team Breakthrough, leading 6-0 in this game, already forcing 2 turnovers on defense as Carr looks left, now looks right, and then scans over the middle looking for Connor Stone, but he's unable to make the play on a ball thrown behind him. Good coverage on the play, and it's going to be a 3rd and very long. Unless we're going to see a flag here.
We're not going to see a flag, but they are telling number 4, that's Matthew Severance, that he's got to take a play off. They thought that was just a little bit excessive on the contact, so he'll be replaced by one of their best offensive players, Nashawn Butler.
Severance, a commit to Bentley University, a D2 football program out of Lynn English. Here is third down. They have to get to the 25-yard line to avoid a turnover. Carr dumps it low, good catch and a completion and a run after, and a first down for Breakthrough. As coming through is coming through is Shad Pintieri for Team Breakthrough. Jagged down from behind by Prince Brown.
John Smith Howell jumped the route. It looked like he had a chance for the interception, couldn't quite get there, and then a nice job by Pintieri to turn, keep his footing. I thought he might go down, instead got enough for the first down. It was an interesting choice by Donovan Carr. He trusted his wide receiver in a big first down pickup.
Certainly was. Now, 4 receivers. In motion is Stone. Carr stepping up, waiting, firing, did not get it off as he was looking for Stone. That's a coverage sack, second down.
See in the backfield all the different people. There's the offensive coordinator for each team, but they also have a team legacy. One of the, not referees who are wearing the zebra stripes, but a referee out there counting out loud. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Once you get to 4 Mississippi, it doesn't matter what's going on. Unless there's a blitz coming, you have to have the ball out of your hands. Otherwise, it's an automatic sack.
So second down here, Stone in motion from the slot, play fake, Carr to the far side, rolling to his right, waiting, firing back over the middle and in and out of Alvis's hands. Good coverage again by Prince Brown.
I like that decision. It looks like Carr had room to run, but he's already used one of his 2 QB runs. Smart decision, get that ball out. He trusts Alvis, just a better defensive play. But this is another big third down. We've seen Team Mass Blue already force a couple of them, haven't been able to get off the field, and that's a big reason why they find themselves trailing 6-0.
Team Breakthrough, one of the few teams in this league that does not have 2 quarterbacks listed on their roster. As Carr goes, so goes Breakthrough. Now a big third down, they have to get to the 10. 5 wideouts for Carr. Steps up in the pocket, going deep towards the end zone for Stone. Deflected and incomplete, and a turnover is forced. Beautiful defensive effort by Kamari Grant.
Huge defensive play there by Grant. You talk about not having 2 quarterbacks. They only have 10 guys available for today's game, so you see quite a few of these Team Breakthrough guys playing both ways. Fatigue, much more of a factor for Team Breakthrough than it would be for Team Mass Blue, but you're talking about high school students where these guys are used to going through 2-a-days. None of these guys are probably too tired on either side.
Not so far. We still have over 12 minutes remaining, about 12 minutes on the nose. And so with Breakthrough leading 6-0, a big stop for Mass Blue as their offense gets set. Barrett Pratt, who compared himself to Baker Mayfield in his confidence and swagger, swings it into the pocket of the intended target. Nice catch by Cameron Caracca, and that's close to a first down.
That defensive stop should give them a lot of confidence. Just under 11.5 minutes left in this game. All they have to do is get a score. Down 6-0. Plenty of time left in this contest.
And so many weapons for Pratt to utilize. One of them right there. A man who will be heading to the D1 level, Cole Finney, a big wide receiver in his second year with Legacy.
And Cole Finney is probably the guy that you'd most expect to see in a hitting a sled. I mean, he is huge, he's very strong, but he's showing the skills here. There's a reason that he's out on this field.
Pratt, play action to the far side. He'll use one of his quarterback runs, and a wise move as he'll pick up about 10 yards. And a good pick up there for Cole Pratt on first down.
So now both teams have used 1 QB sneak and 1 of their blitzes. 1 left of each for both teams here over the final 10 minutes of this championship contest.
So Barrett Pratt from Catholic Memorial, the quarterback here for Mass Blue. A bunch formation inside, 4 receivers. Pratt waiting, fires over the middle, looking for Finney, and it's picked off! Is it, they're gonna say, is it short hopped or an interception? The coaches want the pick, Alvis wants the pick, the referees, I don't think they have any idea.
So the issue here is that the 2 referees on the far sides have to look through a lot of traffic. The referee from Team Legacy in the backfield probably had the best vision, and they're gonna call an interception. Alvis just off the ground. I mean, you're talking about a shoestring catch. That ball went through the hands of the receiver, who might have been pulled a little bit, and that's a potential game-turning play as it makes it 9-0, and it gives Team Gray a chance to make this a double-digit lead if they can score.
We'll take a look at the instant replay here on ESPN HD to see if, in fact, that call was made correctly. And a beautiful effort by Alvis. Cam, of course, in the opener game, Seth, had an opportunity for a pick that would have tied the game late. He was unable to come up with it. That is a huge one. It's 9-0.
There's a reason he was named the defensive MVP. He's played every single snap on offense and defense today, and that's his biggest play of the game. There's another great defender in Devin Russ coming up with a big first down catch. Right now, a lot of time left, but if Team Breakthrough can drive down the field and get another score, they're going to put a lot of pressure on Mass Blue, not only to score, but to also force a turnover with under 10 to play.
While we have a timeout, I'd like to thank our sponsors here on ESPN HD. Zenith. Learn more about Zenith and the new Shadow Helmet at zenith.com. Adidas, proud sponsor of the 2019 Legacy football season. Carr out of the timeout, connecting with Russ again over the middle, and Seth, that's another first down for Team Breakthrough, who continues to move down like a well-oiled machine.
There's no need to rush right now if you're Team Breakthrough. You have 3 downs to get each of these first downs. They're playing it very smart, and I'm sure the big message to Donovan Carr before this game was don't throw a pick. You have to be smart.
So out of the gun. An opportunity here for Carr and Breakthrough. 4 wide receivers. Carr instead decides to check down, but he did not get it away in time, and so that's a big coverage sack, second down.
But that was a coverage sack because he was looking at Angel Sanchez and there were 2 defenders around him. I would rather see him take that sack than potentially throw a ball into coverage that gets tipped up. All of a sudden you have those points coming the other way. At 9-0, they're not in a bad situation in any way.
Certainly not, as Stone breaks out to the far side with Sanchez in the slot. Near side, you have Alvis, and he is joined by Pintieri. Out of the gun, Carr fakes with the shoulder, fires over the middle, finds Stone, and a completion for a first down as Breakthrough continues to move down the field. First and goal for the team from Rhode Island.
Great catch from Connor Stone in traffic, able to make that play, and that's another huge one for this Team Breakthrough.
So here out of the gun. Carr with 4 receivers, trips to the near side. Stone, Sanchez, and Alvis. Instead he looks far side, now comes back over the middle for Alvis. Complete, touchdown, Breakthrough. And they are well on their way, now leading 15-0.
Well, Cam Alvis had the biggest play of the game with that interception as a touchdown. He alone has 9 points in this contest.
Get you another chance to thank our sponsors after this attempt at the point after touchdown. Now up 15-0. They're going to go for the 2 to make it 17 and make it de facto a 3-possession game, Seth.
Yeah, at this point, I think either way you're pretty happy, but they've shown aggression on these 2-point conversions all day long.
Carr had nowhere to go with it, and it's incomplete as he ran out of time. As I mentioned, we'd like to thank our sponsors. Zenith. Learn more about Zenith and the new Shadow Helmet at zenith.com. Adidas, a proud sponsor of the 2019 Legacy football season. And Underdog Sports, who aims to provide you the latest breaking news and feature stories around the world at www.underdogsports.com.
If you're Team Mass Blue right now, with 6 minutes and 26 seconds to go, you don't need a score here on the first or second play, but you do need to score within the next 2 minutes, and then you need to either force a 3-and-out or an interception. You have to get the ball back quickly, and that's another great play by Russ to deny a first down completion.
And Cameron Caraca, the intended target from Barrett Pratt, who has been neutralized here in the second game that these 2 teams have played against each other today. Back in their own end zone again. Pratt, 4 wide receivers and a back to his left. Thinks about slinging it out, instead comes underneath and it's dropped as that one went right through the fingertips of Deshaun Butler, the 2017 high school leader in this state.
I just think there's a little bit of rust being shown by this Team Mass Blue team. They dropped a pass on the first throw. Deshaun Butler was phenomenal in the first meeting between these 2 teams, but that was the first time he's been targeted, and he dropped it, something that he rarely does. This is a huge third down. You have to come right now with your best play. I'm a little surprised they didn't use their timeout. It only stops the play clock instead of the game clock, but you have to come up with a perfect play to get the 15 yards.
Third down, they blitz, and no chance. They get it away to Finney, and they're going to say he was sacked in the backfield.
So not just a sack, but a safety, make it 17-0. The ball swings the other way, and right now it would take a massive comeback from this Team Mass Blue team to have a chance to come back in this championship game.
So a huge blitz. We've seen it all day long, Seth. Blitzes when your team is at the goal line, and no better time than on third down as Carr and Team Breakthrough appear on their way to a 2019 title.
And I believe that was Andy Skrzynski. Skrzynski in that first game was unable to keep up with Devin Revelis on that last play of the game that led to a game
And Seth, an interception, perhaps game-changing interception. There's still 4.5 minutes to go, but that makes it 17-3 as that ball was picked off by number 12, Kamari Grant.
Yeah, Kamari Grant just dove in front of the receiver, Connor Stone, who was down a little bit after the play. Now, that only gets you 3 points. You're back to within 17-3, but you also get the ball back. They absolutely needed it, and now can they get a big play? At this point, when you're talking about 4 minutes to go, down by 14, you absolutely need a touchdown here on the first, second, third play at maximum. You can't keep getting 5, 10-yard chunks at a time.
Pratt looking near side, complete short, able to slip away a little bit is Revolis as Derek is snagged down. That's going to be a first down at about the 26-yard line. So Derek Revolis gets the first, but the clock is ticking on Mass Blue. Pratt from the gun, 5 wideouts, takes the snap. Looking underneath, now looking deep. He's going for it all. Triple coverage, knocked away as he was looking for Cameron Karaka. Solid defense by Russ.
This is such a difficult situation if you're Team Mass Blue because you can't just wait for the wide receiver to get open. You only have that 4 Mississippi count, which makes it difficult because right now if you're Team Breakthrough, you're going to give those underneath routes. You're just not letting anyone get in behind you.
Second down here for Pratt and Blue as he goes underneath, complete to Karaka, but nothing there, just a couple of yards. And with the clock ticking to 3 minutes remaining, pedal to the metal has to be the mantra.
Yeah, that's what they're going to give you. And Karaka, it's great if he's able to break a tackle or potentially do a little bit more, but that's what Team Breakthrough is allowing, that underneath pass in the immediate tackle.
Pratt needs to get it to the 10 to keep this drive and this game alive. Goes underneath, and they will not get there. As taken down as Revelis from behind. The play made by number 11, Andy Skurzensky. That's a turnover on downs, and with less than 3 minutes to go, Seth, that may be the end of Mass Blue's hopes.
Team Breakthrough has just done such a nice job defensively in this contest. They've played really well to their strengths. A lot of different guys have come up with big plays. Remember, they only have 10 guys on the roster, but I feel like all 10 have made an impact thus far in this contest.
And so, with just minutes remaining,
2:09 exactly.
We're looking at the official clock. Looks like there's a little more on that, about 2:30, Seth, but not sure how that got so off. But either way, right now we're looking at 2.5 minutes, a 14-point game. You're going to need an interception or a quick stop.
Yeah, and especially with the play clock at 25 seconds and a clock that doesn't stop, you're going to see Team Breakthrough be very cautious, although that ball went through the hands of Russ. And you're also going to see them use all 25 of these seconds on the play clock. A delay of game costs you a down, which you don't want to take, but you're certainly willing to take 24, 25 seconds off the clock as long as it doesn't put points on the board the other way.
Second down coming up, and it looks like they may have taken one of their timeouts, which at least allows them to take a little bit more time. Nonetheless, out of the huddle, and now 4 wide receivers, trips to the near side. Carr facing the blitz, has to get it away. He does, complete to Russ, and Russ is out of bounds after a gain of just about 2 with 90 seconds to go.
That's tremendous chemistry there. It was a double pincer blitz, one from the left, one from the right. Russ provided a safety valve on the right side because that would have been a turnover and it would have put 2 points on the board. 17-5, all of a sudden you're a little bit more in the game. Really nice play by Donovan Carr, but a great job of Russ of providing an option for his quarterback.
So now, third down, and a big play here for Breakthrough. Trips to the near side, Carr takes the snap, steps up, fires complete, Angel Sanchez, a first down and more, and Sanchez will take it inside the 15-yard line, and with that, most likely cement this one in Breakthrough's column.
Yeah, Angel Sanchez has phenomenal skills. You saw it there, juking through a couple players as we hit about 40 seconds remaining in this game. What a difference between the two contests. Team Breakthrough has been much better at executing, and their defense came up with the stops they couldn't come up with in that first game.
Absolutely, and Breakthrough came through when they had to. And the team from Rhode Island is going to walk away as the champion of the 2019 Legacy 7-on-7 season as Alvis makes the completion underneath. It's a first down, but with the clock ticking down under 10 seconds, Breakthrough will celebrate a championship in Legacy 7-on-7 New England 2019 for Donovan Carr and Team Breakthrough as they come through with flying colors and take down Mass Blue and win this one by the final score of 17-3.
Phenomenal contest. It was a defensive effort here in game number 2. They were able to force 2 3-and-outs, get a key pick. Kim Alvis's pick right off the turf was the difference maker in this game. Went from 6-0 to 9-0. They were able to continue to add to their lead. Alvis had 9 of the 17 points today for this Rhode Island team, and he showed why he was selected to the Legacy New England Elite Select Travel Team. Really, really talented player on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely, as Team Breakthrough avenges their loss earlier in the tournament by winning when it matters. The final score, Team Breakthrough 17, Mass Blue 3. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up with a bow and, of course, get an interview with our tournament MVP right here on ASPN HD.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Joined by Cam Alves and Angel Sanchez of Team Breakthrough, a pair of juniors who were instrumental in their championship win. Cam, you were named the defensive MVP of your team prior to today, and then you had the biggest defensive play of that game. Got to ask, did you make that catch, and how big was that for your team? Because obviously it kind of turned the momentum.
I did make the catch. For everybody complaining, I did make the catch. But it was a momentum swing. We were up by a couple touchdowns, but still got the ball back and got to control the tempo of the game after that.
Angel, you made a phenomenal play in your own right, maybe the offensive MVP this game in the corner. 2 guys are there. You're right along the line. What's going through your mind there? A great throw by Donovan, but you had to work so hard just to stay inbounds, much less hold the ball while the other guy's trying to take it away from you.
Honestly, I know. I tell Donovan all the time, just throw it up and I'll go up and get it. All I had to do was just catch it and make sure my feet was in it. That's all.
You guys only had 10 guys available today. You're the smallest state in New England, and yet you're the champs. How did that kind of help you where everybody was getting to play on both sides of the ball and maybe staying a little bit fresher in terms of getting out there and seeing consistent snaps?
Angel and I actually compete against each other in the football in the fall, and I can say that we both, Rhode Island has a chip on our shoulder, and we play with our heart, and that's what we came up here to do.
Angel, what does it mean to get to play with a player like Donovan Carr? He had one of the best arms that we saw today and made some throws where you were able to go up and make some really acrobatic catches.
I mean, this year, like, just knowing him, just getting to know him the first week I came, knowing that he's a good quarterback and just NK's going to have a good one when he goes up in his class. So.
What was this experience like? Obviously, from the style of play we saw out of you, I'm sure you're pretty good at hitting guys and making some tackles, but getting to play on both sides of the ball. You had a catch on offense that extended the lead, caught a touchdown for you guys, but also coming away with some really big defensive plays in which it's not easy to make good defensive plays with the offensive skill on the opposite side.
It was great to be able to play both sides of the ball. Back in Rhode Island, I played quarterback, and Donovan was the quarterback here, so I decided to get on the offensive side any way I could. But other than that, I mean, I thank Coach Dunbar for letting me allow me to make plays on both sides of the ball.
And Angel, what does it mean for Rhode Island to be champs? I mean, there was only one team from Rhode Island, a lot of teams from Mass, some teams from Connecticut, some teams from New Hampshire. What does it mean for you guys to be the champs?
I mean, it honestly means a lot because, knowing D1 recruiters, they overlook us, but we really have some talent and they really need, come over us and look, because we can battle too just as much as the Mass kids, New Hampshire, Connecticut. Put us out there and we'll battle.
Well, guys, it was a lot of fun to watch you guys. It was fun to see you make the comeback after losing that first game. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
So there you are, shuffling through a stack of resumes and you come to mine. This is it, first impression, my way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Back here at Union Point Sports Complex, along with Seth Orensky, I'm John Skudras. What a championship affair it was, Seth, as Mass Blue is unable to defeat Team Breakthrough, as Breakthrough, who lost to the Blues earlier in the tournament, win this one 17-3. And as we prognosticated in the pregame, maybe Russ did have a heavy factor, but defense did as well.
Defense was key in this game for Team Breakthrough. The first time they struggled to get stops. This time they got 2 3-and-outs, a key interception from Cam Alves, our defensive MVP, and then they were able to get a safety as well. I mean, 4 stops in a 25-minute game is huge, especially when I only think Team Blue may have gotten the ball 5 times. So that was clearly the difference in this contest, and it just showed that they were able to execute and scheme a little bit differently. They knew if they were going to get there, they were going to have to play this Team Mass Blue a second time, and they had a slightly different version of that defense, and it looked a lot better.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, offensively for Breakthrough, we mentioned Donovan Carr, all the arm strength in the world, tons of talent, but accuracy had been an issue for him throughout the season and in this tournament. But he turned it on when it mattered, really weaving it into Angel Sanchez, who was one of our MVPs, our offensive MVP, and for good reason, catching a ball in double coverage that was absolutely critical in that victory.
That gave them a 6-0 lead in the corner of the end zone. 2 defenders there. Not only tiptoes the sideline, makes the catch, but holds off a defender who's trying to wrestle the ball away. Sanchez and Russ, 2 phenomenal receivers, really came up big in this game for Carr, who had a little bit better accuracy in the contest to make sure that his team was going to come away with the victory after a costly turnover in that first meeting.
All in all, this tournament a rousing success, an opportunity for fans to come out and view some of the best players in this region, take their talents to this turf here at Union Point Sports Complex, but also an opportunity for these young men to show just how talented they are. And there's going to be a lot of excitement in the fall when some of these guys head back to high school.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see where some of these talented players are going to end up. There were a couple of players who already have some D1 offers, including schools as big as Michigan, Big Ten schools, ACC schools. There was so much talent on this field. And, John, what I really loved was players like Cam Alves. He's a quarterback in high school, listed as a linebacker in this league. He played on both sides of the ball as a wide receiver and as a linebacker. There is so much talent, and honestly, they might be the smallest state, but the Ocean State showed they have a ton of talent.
Absolutely, and not only that, but the teamwork and camaraderie as well. Brady Martin for Team Black, a guy who's gotten D1, multiple D1 offers. In their last game, he was the one snapping the ball at the end of the game, giving his backup an opportunity to show his talents as well. A rousing success here in 2019, the Legacy Football Championships, as it is Team Breakthrough coming away with the victory over Mass Blue. Before we do say goodnight, we want to thank our sponsors one more time. We'll begin with Zenith. Zenith's mission is to help athletes pursue their game with confidence, designing helmets and protective gear for athletes' needs, wants, and the demands of the sport. Learn more about Zenith and the new Shadow Helmet at zenith.com. That's XENITH.com. And by Adidas, who keeps things simple, lean, and fast. Everything Adidas does is rooted in sport. Adidas believes that through sport, they have the power to change lives. This core belief guides the way they run their company, how they work with their partners, how they create their products, and how they engage with their consumers. Every day, they go to work to create and sell the best sports and fitness products in the world, and to offer the best service and consumer experience. And as athletes will not settle for average, neither does Adidas. Their clear mission is to be the best sports company in the world. And finally, by Underdog Sports, who aims to provide you with the latest breaking news and feature stories around the world. Visit www.underdogsports.com for great podcasts and much more. Well, an outstanding showcase it was of talent around the region at the high school level, players heading to the D1 level, and perhaps even beyond. For Seth Orensky, I am John Skudras. Good night, good luck, and good football. We'll see you next time right here on ASPN HD.